Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you have been paying attention to the crypto market today, everything is in the red with Bitcoin breaking below 88,000. All the altcoins are down nearly 10%. This is a healthy pullback. I feel like the amount of panic that I've seen on Twitter is a little bit unnecessary because if you actually pay attention to the overall trading volume, it's still holding really strong above 200 billion. And at the same time, the prices haven't dropped so significantly compared to how quickly we actually gained the prices in the last 1 week. I mean, if we just talk about Dogecoin, it's still holding above 35 cents support, and the trading volume is actually quite a significant amount. Bitcoin corrects as US inflation data emerges. Is the rally to 100k at stake? And this is the only reason why the market showed such a strong pullback today. Thanks to Dogecoin, Litecoin is transitioning into meme coins and Dogecoin to $1 as analysts maps out the key resistance and supports that we should be paying attention to, and Dogecoin red hot rally faces a cool down. Will 35 cents stay hold? Now, there is a lot to talk about today. Before we get into it, if you guys are here for the first time, you want to stay up to date with everything to do with Dogecoin and the whole crypto market, I highly recommend you scroll down, tap the red subscribe button right there, slap a like on the video, just after you to then push the video to more people. More people are paying attention to what is happening in the crypto and especially Dogecoin. They decide to throw some money into it, user engagement goes up, it starts spiking up, and all of us make a lot of profit. Now, the first thing first, I just want to show you guys something interesting. If you pay attention to the Dogecoin price, you will see that this support actually held up really strong. I mean, especially if you just look at 35 cents, just in the past 1 week, or you can just say past 3 days, this has been tested more than 6 to 7 times. And every single time it has acted as a really strong support for Dogecoin. I mean, over here 2 times, over here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and every single time it has held up really strong. What does this mean? Well, in simple terms, there are a lot of limit orders which must have been triggered, limit buy orders which are causing the market to stay in this zone. On the other end, you also need to pay attention to those leverage traders, the people who are taking really risky plays. They are the reason why the market shifts so quickly and why it's so volatile. Now, this is really important if you're a holder of Dogecoin because we will see spikes like this. What does the spike mean? Well, in simple terms, there is a whale that decided to sell a large chunk of its Dogecoin to take some profit. Therefore, the market decided to pull back a little bit, which caused a lot of, those people who are very risky players to get leveraged. That means the market's going to push down even harder until we see more panic selling from those little investors. And once the panic selling comes to an end, there is going to be a trigger point, which is going to trigger a lot of limit orders and will put us into a consolidation phase to cool off this phase. So right now, what is really important is if the market is moving really quickly, unless you guys are trying to take a little bit of healthy profit, I personally think it's better to not panic sell, because the only thing that's going to affect panic sell and the person that's going to benefit from it is actually the whale. You're not going to be able to make any sort of benefit, because when you decide to panic sell, the market will go even lower, and that's exactly when the whales will decide to buy back and actually push up the market. And the only person that's going to miss out is you. Now, if you pay attention to the RSI line, you can see it's actually slowly getting closer to the oversold zone, which is actually really good condition considering the fact that we are getting very close to a support and the RSI line is in favor of pushing the market up. On the other end, the reason Bitcoin had such a strong correction today is because of the US inflation data actually came against Bitcoin. In simple terms, you can see that traded down 4%. Following the US inflation data that marginally extended the market expectation. This decline mirrored the S&P 500 index future as it did actually drop as well. Now, this was a little bit better. You can say the US data or the inflation data came out to be a little bit better than expected. Therefore, there is going to be a little bit pullback on the riskier assets, including Bitcoin. And seeing how well Bitcoin has done in the short term since Trump has won, there's obviously going to be a little bit of panic selling and also a mix of people taking profit. If you pay attention to the fear and the greed index, you realize that the greed is really, really high. And that's one of the things that people like to follow. What does that mean? Well, in simple terms, if the greed is getting too high, that's probably a good time to sideline yourself. And seeing that the USDT, a lot of new ones are being minted, it's definitely going to be pumping up the price even more. But for the short term, there is going to be a little bit of a pullback. The world's largest gold ETF posted its biggest weekly outflow in the last 2 years. And on the other end, Bitcoin ETF has gained one of the highest in the last 2 years, or since it was released about 6 months ago. Now the open interest is down about 7%, but it's still holding strong above 2 billion for Dogecoin, and the long to the short ratio, let's just say the long traders are taking this opportunity to get into their position to make the most profit as possible. Over $800 million will be liquidated if Bitcoin is able to cross 93,000, which is right now set to be its all-time high. Dogecoin is trending on Twitter and a lot of people are paying attention to it. The daily RSI shows Bitcoin is overbought territory, typically signaling a potential correction. So be careful if you guys are going to be taking heavy leverage trades. On the other end, Bhutan sells 33 million in Bitcoin and the price falls below 90,000. A country decided to take a little bit of profit. Obviously, that will have an impact. And Doge versus, let's just say, the bureaucracy, and Elon and Vivek might not cut trillions in spending, but there are thousands of ways to make the government better, and they are definitely working towards that. I personally feel like Doge might actually turn out to be one of the greatest decisions that Trump is going to make to allow the government to be more efficient and at the same time help the crypto market grow. The US state introduces the bill to establish the Bitcoin reserve in the treasury funds. I talked about this about 6 hours ago, but now it's been confirmed. They're trying really hard, which is Pennsylvania, if you guys do not know, to try to get those funds to, or let's just say the state fund to be invested in Bitcoin. And former SEC chairman expects a pro-crypto shift in the Trump administration. What's really interesting is Trump did mention that he will be getting rid of our boy Gary, and now a new one will be coming through, and most likely if Trump is going to be electing it, a pro-crypto could be around the corner, and you guys know what kind of impact that would have on the cryptocurrency market. I mean, just seeing that Trump winning has had such a significant impact on the crypto market, we have a long way to go. I mean, you guys can see over here, another thing that's really interesting is if you look at the meme coins category, you'll realize that the market cap and the trading volume has exceeded the expectations by quite a margin. And there are some new tokens which are actually taking up spots, such as Peanut. Peanut came out of nowhere and now is in the top 100 tokens in the whole entire world. But keep in mind, as all of these tokens, there is going to be a lot of profit taking that will take place. Once the profit taking comes to an end, most of that money will have to flow into something, and that will be the largest coin. Now you can see that difference between Shiba Inu and Dogecoin is so significant at this point, you can't even compare them in the same zone. Right now, yes, there is a pullback, maybe a good time for you to accumulate before the market keeps climbing again. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, subscribe, drop a like on it, and I'll see you soon.